ladies and gentlemen, this is me, Dennis Kohlroos from Germany. I want to introduce you the world's strongest fan. So if you want to see very high quality strongman content, follow him and enjoy.
Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. First up, it's Tom Lindley Mullins. He says, finally ticked off the 150 kilo stone to shoulder. That was easy. I definitely think he can go heavier. The clean was so quick. Now next up, we join Niko Chaprales. And is this the heaviest sandbag to shoulder ever? He says, here is my sandbag to shoulder. I will not be going any heavier than this. So if someone can beat it, you will have bested me. Best of luck to all of the guys still yet to post. That's 212 kilos or 469 pounds. It's a personal record for him, and it definitely took a lot out of him also. Next up, we join Kane Francis. He says, this is a number I've been wanting for a very long time, and that's his new personal best. Following on from him, it's Alex Simon. He said, happy with this considering my elbow pain at the moment. That's 250 kilos or 551 pounds. We now move into some overhead pressing, and first up it's Andrew Flynn doing a 90 kilo dumbbell with a push press. Following on from him and also training dumbbell, it's Australia's Strongest Man 2022, Jordan Osborne. The weight of that, 110 kilos or 242 pounds. Next up and pressing out of the rack, it's Vasa Samatawa. He said, well that was heavy, and yes it was. 170 kilos or 374 pounds. Here's a clip from Rhiannon Lovelace, training on the log. This is actually above the current lightweight women's world record of 101 kilos. The weight 102.5 or 226 pounds, equal to her current lifetime personal best. Next up we join Sam Beliveau, getting ready for the Shore Classic. She says, it's been quite a prep and I've learned so much along the way. That's 104 kilos or 230 pounds. Here's a clip from Lewis Packham, also known as the world's strongest barber. He said, I came into this session feeling battered from a heavy week, but a gentle push from Bish and we fly up a great log. Next up it's Maxime Boudreau. A nice little 4:30 tonight, he says. For the Shore Classic, I'm coming in hot. We now move into some squatting, and first up out in base gym, it's Sebastian Oreb, the Australian strength coach. The weight on his bar today is 280 kilos or 617 pounds for 3 reps with a pause. Next up it's Derek Jenkins. He says, here's an easy moving openerish weight of 288 kilos or 635 pounds. Next up it's powerlifter Russell Orhe, and he says, what's it really like to squat 725 pounds? And there you have it. Here's a clip from powerlifter Jamal Browner. He says, followed by a ton of volume, this Texas heat is no joke, especially at corrupted strength. That's 330 kilos or 727.5 pounds. We've now got a couple of moving events, and first up it's Jacob Finity with 195 kilos or 430 pounds in each hand for a farmer's walk. Next up it's Mitchell Hooper, who says, I can confirm I'm wearing running shoes, and no, I'm not wearing sleeves, and also I really don't care, and he rounds out the first half of today's video. Now we're into the second part of today's video, and we kick off with the deadlift section. Here's a lift from Susanna Toth. She says, it's my top single. I was faffing with my setup and took too long, but she still got a good lift. Next up it's Emmanuel Frias, who says, deadlifts, deadlifts and more deadlifts. It's 306 kilos or 675 pounds for 3 reps from a height of 13 inches. Next up, we join Tim Buck, who says, I think Jacob Finity was trying to kill me with this one today. It's 3 reps with a pause below the knee. The weight, 306 kilos or 675 pounds for 3 reps. And there goes rep number 3, a bit of a hitch, and he gets a good lift. Next up, we join another lifter. This is Sean May. He's doing 2 reps today. The weight on his bar, 310 kilos or 683 pounds. Here's a clip from Mitch Flowers. He says, raw deadlift volume is on point after throwing some bags and also some semi-super deadlift and grip work. It's 320 kilos or 705 pounds for 3 reps. Next up, it's Andrew Prosser, who says, my national prep has begun. Here is 715 pounds for 3 reps on an axle. I'm feeling good and ready to earn my pro card. Next up, it's under 105 kilo strongman Dean Sykes, who says, things move differently when you're happy. Here he is today, pulling 330 kilos or 727.5 pounds for 2 reps. Next up, it's Webster Reed, pulling from a height of 13 inches. He says, back on my deadlift session, I needed to rest my body, but I'm back on it, full strength and looking to get that 400 kilos. Here's a clip from Josh Bartlett, who said, I tried not to hitch or ramp any of my lifts yesterday. I was going to call it a day at 745 pounds, but you can see him here pulling 765 pounds. Next up, it's Irvin Toits of Estonia. He said, deadlift day and 350 kilos felt light, and that's good news for him. Next up, it's Michael Erdmans, who says, I meant to do 785 pounds, but I bit off a bit more than I could chew, but he still manages a great lift today. Next up, it's Steve Minot. He says, 380 kilos for an easy single, just you try and stop me. And he definitely makes that look really comfortable. Now next up, it's Evan the T-Rex Singleton, who says, this is my last heavyish deadlift before the big day. It felt like an empty bar, feeling like absolute speed. He's ready to pull some really big numbers next week, and that's 380 kilos or 838 pounds. Next up, we join Chris Weist, who says 852 pounds on the menu today. Things started off well right now, and fingers crossed I can keep the ball rolling. Next up, it's Gabriel Pena, also known as the Texas Titan. Here he is today, pulling 420 kilos or 925 pounds from a height of 13 inches. And seeing us out today, it's Alex Simon, also known as Godly Strong. He says, my sumo is starting to feel very nice, and you can see that here, pulling 340 kilos or 750 pounds for 8 reps. Anyway guys, that's it from me today. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe, and I'll catch you again as always on the next one.